Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, let's see here. We are currently on reel number 3, The Journey Home. As a reminder, this chapter of Sammun-Mak has us jumping between 4 different reels, trying to solve puzzles in one in order to figure out how to solve puzzles in another. It's kind of confusing, so I hope you've done a good job keeping up. Anyway, to recap, the reel marked The Journey Home finds Sameth and Maximus aboard the Disorient Express, fresh from a victorious tomb raiding expedition. But triumph turns to tears when the Devil's Toy Box is stolen. Who's the culprit? Could it be Kringle in the next car over? The greedy old industrialist has the means and the motive, and he refuses to let our heroes into his compartment. The elves appear to be above suspicion, though the one with blue skin and fangs bears watching. How about Jürgen, the mysterious German wayfarer? If he's the innocent student of the antiquities he claims to be, why won't he let our heroes inspect his steamer trunk? Well, we're about to find out. Now, last time I learned a valuable lesson, and that lesson is try everything. Honestly, I have that in my notes. Try everything, it's right there, underneath the names of the cops. And I definitely should have tried that, because the one option I did not try last time was the correct answer. I thought it was the wrong answer, so I was ignoring it. Oops. But I have finally figured out how to turn Jürgen into a vampire. What will that accomplish? Well, he won't be able to go into his room anymore because he's got it full of garlic and stuff.
Yes?
Look on the bright side. Surely the mole girl will leave you alone. Now you're a vampire.
Clearly know nothing about the teenage girls. She thinks I am even more tragically sexy than before.
Oh.
Tough break.
I probably should have chose that option last. Also, hello there in the chat, Sir Rosser.
You're looking a little peaked.
I know! I have become a vampire! A horrible creature of the night, feared and loathed by all!
Ah, cheer up, Jürgen. You were loathed by all before you became a vampire.
If you're still looking for the vampire reverse curse, you won't find it here.
No, it's too late for that. I was just thinking how this sarcophagus would make a wunderbar bed if I could find another place to stash the moldering corpse.
Well, look on the bright side, dude.
Stay out of the sun.
Oh, your concern is so touching.
That wasn't the bright side I was going to mention. In fact, you definitely don't want to look on that bright side. But, give it 100 years and you're going to be owning a nifty, cool little club. And then you're going to go to hell, where you will spend the rest of eternity being a secretary. But hey, could be worse. Finally, we can go ahead and inspect Jürgen's cabin now. You know he's not in there.
Nobody home.
Why does that wall glitch every time we try to come in here?
Nobody home.
Okay, not every time. That time it did not glitch. Alright, what's in here?
Shall we?
Yes, let's shout.
Oh no, you don't! Oh, garlic! Crosses! My own protective talismans are keeping me away! Oh, the bitter irony of it all! Curses!
Curses indeed.
Stop! Get your filthy hands off that toy box! It's not for the likes of you! It's...
Empty.
What?
The trunk is empty.
No! have failed you, young Sagoth, but you will be avenged.
You know, even for a vampire, he's a weirdo. Look, Sameth, cookie crumbs.
Huh. So there was that name again, Yog-Sothoth. I'm glad I didn't remove that name from my notes. In the present, we actually have this toy called the Eyes of Yog-Sothoth that allows us to see in the future. So apparently Yog-Sothoth is going to actually be playing a very important role in the Devil's Playground. Couldn't remember the name of this season.
Still empty.
What's this?
Some sort of letter. My dearest Jorgen, what is this itch that spreads across my dewy young moleskin whenever you are near? I don't know if I should read this.
Read it. Read it.
Whenever you are near, it is love, and only your long, pale fingers can scratch it. Do you itch for me as well? No need to answer. I can see the agony in your eyes when we're together.
I'll bet.
But I must beg you to keep our love a secret for now. My ogre of a father would have a fit. He doesn't realize I'm no longer his little girl, and my grandfather has this crazy irrational hatred for people from Stuttgart.
Interesting.
Be patient, my prince. There's a place for us. A place where moles and Germans can lock lips for eternity.
I think I know what that place is called.
Your love kitten, Nefertiti. I wonder why Grandpa Mole hates people from Stuttgart.
Everyone hates people from Stuttgart. Ah, now we're getting to the good part.
Yeah, but is it a romance or horror?
There's a difference?
So maybe that's the place we need to tell the Grandpa Mole we're from. In order to get him out, we should tell him we're from Stuttgart. Also, Maddie makes an interesting point. Yog-Sothoth would have known this would have happened if he's based on Yog-Sothoth, or Yog-Sothoth. Nameplay, different names, similar characters, something like that. Point is, this is a character who apparently can see into the future. Should have known this would happen.
Methinks somebody's trying to ward off vampires.
It's the guy from the tomb. Looks like he's lost weight.
Guess that's not important. Probably done in here then. We got that letter on hand, by the way.
It's a letter of a highly embarrassing and personal nature. Lucky for the mole girl, it's in our safekeeping.
Yes, because we're totally going to give it to her dad. By the way, I found out something interesting. Some point recently-ish, at some point, oh, what is his name? Is it the Completionist. He did a review on the Sammun-Mak's game from the 90s, and I found it interesting that this icon here is actually from that game. I'm surprised they didn't use it during Season 1 and 2. Anyway, now that we've taken care of that, we still have to figure out where we can find some milk for Santa. Oh yeah, I remember. I forgot. The mole girl here is capable of placing some sort of cow curse. We need to figure out how to get that to trigger. Perhaps by ratting her out?
Oh, I'm sure there are more destructive uses for this letter.
He's in a T-pose. Dad Mole is in a T-pose. His animations have not loaded yet. That is amazing. And a glitch. But it's amazing that there's a glitch like this where we can actually look at somebody's T-pose. We should probably get in and out of it. I bet this would knock him to his senses.
As a responsible adult, I feel it's my duty to give you this.
Hey!
Huh? My dearest Jurgen? Dewy young moleskin? Long pale fingers? Nefertiti!
Dad! We're in love!
You are not!
I hope I am not interrupting anything.
Debaucher, cradle robber, despoiler of innocence!
Perhaps this is a bad time.
I curse you!
No!
Whatever.
You've ruined my life! Again!
You'll survive.
Yeah? Survive this!
Yay!
The whole scene hex.
No, no. For the love of God, no.
he sounds so distressed. Oh, this is amazing. So he does. I'm hoping that he's a girl now.
I don't like this any better than you do, little buddy. Nature's miracle. Keep working at it.
Do it again.
Some people would say it isn't very becoming for a young lady to curse.
Yeah, right. Cursing is only like a completely major part of mole culture.
Hey, remember how we found your love letter and showed it to your dad and ruined your whole life?
That was funny.
Yeah? Blast this off!
Why doesn't it work on Sam? F.
Keep working at it. Hey, remember us?
Of course!
Keep riding the rails, Mr. Molman.
Okay.
What?
I suppose your dad does a curse too?
Ha! You don't even want to know. He's got, like, the most devastating curse in the whole world. The Sexo Rejectio Hex.
Can you tell us about it without getting us an M rating?
How'd you like it if the very sound of your voice repulsed the opposite sex? Can you imagine?
No, we've already done it. Sir Rosser says that he wants desperately for me to try to pronounce the previous two posts in the chat. Alright, so starting off, Sir Rosser says Pargon, Ter Pargon, Antorbach, Pargon, Chaturga, Pargon. And then Maddie says Cthulhu, Rylith, Cthulhu, Flagn. Then there you go.
What?
Works out for you, kid.
Missed opportunity to say not to have a cow. Wonder if he has anything new to say after that.
Who's got our toy box, do you think?
The least likely suspect, of course.
Who's the least likely suspect?
Queen Victoria?
Who's got our toy box, do you think?
The least like...
Who's the least like...
Helen Keller?
Ah, that's why it hasn't faded out.
Who's got our toy box, do you think?
The least likely suspect.
Who's the least likely suspect?
William Howard Taft?
Who's got our toy box?
The least like...
Who's the least likely...
Harry Houdini?
Nope, that's all of them. Alright, we finally have our milk. So we can go ahead and sneak into Kringle's thing here where we can get our stuff.
Kringle likes milk.
Oh, wait. Don't use this yet. First we have to tell him it's here.
Who is it now?
Room service.
For the love of Blitzen, it's about damn time. Yeah, hold on a minute.
It is interesting to hear Santa swear.
Cookies and milk, and they threw in a free can of nuts to make up for the inconvenience.
You're bad for me, you naughty little snacks. But you go down so good.
With the holly berries.
He's out cold.
You know, I was about to say, I wonder what it is that makes Kringle turn nicer for being Santa and delivering toys to kids and that sort of thing. Let's save here. Well, can't talk to him.
It's empty.
What? You mean I gave up my precious milk for nothing?
Wait a minute. There's a note. The Brotherhood of Young Sagan. Who could have written this?
Who indeed?
Oh, no. Where are they?
My big double cross! Out, damn you, out!
That's the lot of them, little buddy. We've cleared every name on the list.
Except one.
Huh?
I must admit you had me fooled, Sameth. Always so concerned about the missing toy box and the way you were always slipping off for a smoke break.
I never slipped off for
Grand Central Station, now arriving at Grand Central Station, New York, New York.
What's that? Baby
Baby
Amelia
Amelia
Earhart?
Earhart?
Yes, baby Amelia Earhart. Little baby Amelia Earhart, not worth bothering with, not good enough to play with the big boys. Oh no, she's just a woman. Well, it appears this insignificant female has beat quite a few of the big boys at their own game, and now she's going home with all the toys, while the others are left scratching their heads, wondering what hit them.
Grand Central Station!
Any last words before we part?
Watch your step.
Kind of anticlimactic for a boss fight.
I thought it was exciting. Let's take this toy box and skedaddle, pal. We've got an appointment with Monsieur Paperweight.
Gee, the olden days are fun. How come you never take me on transoceanic train trips, Sam?
The Zeppelin industry has rendered that mode of transportation obsolete, little buddy.
I didn't know they still had the curse on them. Okay. We cleared another reel! Yay! Okay, so now we need to go back to this one.
You keep your distance. No tomb raiders allowed in the burial chamber.
How convenient that it would place us here.
Say, Gramps,
What can I do for you, gents?
picked a vacation spot yet?
No, darn it, I just can't decide. Where'd you boys say you were from again?
You wouldn't have heard of it. A little town called Stuttgart.
Stuttgart! You mean to tell me I've been standing here talking to a couple of Dang nab dead blasted Stuttgarterians!
What's your language, Gramps?
No cursing in the burial chamber.
Oh, ho, ho. You ain't experienced cursing till you got a snootful of my extra spicy bad luck whammy.
I know what to do!
Call it. Heads or tails?
Tails. No heads. Hell, no tails.
You lose.
We got bad luck! This is good. This is a good thing. We want bad luck. So, how about we get a recap first off? So let's save again. Wait, what? Sorry you can't save right now. Why? I want to have a recap by saving a file. Fine, I'll do the recap myself. So, this is real number 2. We are currently in the tomb of Sammun-Mak, not to be confused with Sam and Max, or Sameth and Maximus. And we have this thing here, the bust of Sammun-Mak, and we need to somehow cut it in half to do something with these guardians so that we can reach this thing up here and mess with it so that we can get to the Devil's Toy Box, which is down here and protected by a force field. That's about the gist of that. But the reason why this bad luck is important is because, well, we can actually get a recap here.
2 doorways. The doorway of life, passageway to paradise. The doorway of death, a swinging blade to slice you cleanly in half. But which is which? Which is which?
So we have had a lot of good luck. No matter which one I went through, nothing bad would happen. Every time I tried tossing this to cut it cleanly in half, it wouldn't get cut in half. But now that we got some bad luck going for us, well, first let's actually try to lose.
After you, little buddy.
No, after you!
Ah! It appears your luck has finally run out!
That was a gruesome ending.
Yes, but not the gruesome ending we're looking for. Let's back it up and try it again.
Gotta love psychic rails.
Hey! Don't throw things through the doorway of death! Do you want to dull the blades?
That would be ideal, actually. We still have to get in there and get that ventriloquist doll. I'm sure we'll find a way to get this curse off of us eventually. But first, we finally have this statue in 2 halves.
It's the right half of the bust. It's the left half of the bust.
Well, I guess we kind of put it through the wall. Or maybe it's okay, never mind, it's not through the wall. We're seeing the cut side of it. It's not exactly how I thought we'd be putting it in there, but whatever works. So now we can get over here.
Hey, we're the meat-based version of us again.
Now, to scramble this security spell. Great, they're welded in place.
Okay, so we need the 3 blocks that the Grandpa Mole is guarding. Question is, how do we manage to get those? We've yet to figure out how to actually be able to enter the room. Well, we'll have to figure that out after this episode break. We will be right back. And when we come back, more progress will be made. Yay, progress! So glad we're actually making progress. Man, that last stream did not go so well.